Hey everybody, how you doing? Joe for the Wentz Project, and today's video we're going to swap out this cheddar shredder from Dean. We're going to go into the warehouse and put another guitar on the stand. I love the guitar wall. This is really cool. I enjoy these, but when I play live, usually I'll pick a guitar, one of these PRS guitars, but sometimes it gets a little annoying reaching over to grab one off the wall, and especially when you're live, because it takes a few more extra seconds or whatever to do it. It's not too big of a deal. I guess I'm just thinking about it too much, but nevertheless, it's a beautiful wall. But we're going to swap this guitar out, and I was thinking, which one should I swap out, man? So let's go into the warehouse, and I'll show you what I had in mind. Now, this case right here came from Temu. It cost me probably about $65. Somewhere around that ballpark. You can see it's got the protected edges on it. You know, it's not a fancy thing by no means, but it does the job. So let's open this up here and see what's inside. All right, you ready? Here we go. Oh, yeah. Here we go, right there. Let's see, get a closer look. Look at the top on this. Isn't this beautiful here? This is a Sterling AX40. Sterling by Music Man AX40. You got my strap here, and you got your little storage compartment here with whammy bar. So this case is a nice plush interior. It's like I'm trying to sell a car. But I love this guitar. I obtained this guitar from Audio Centro. It's a locally owned guitar shop here in Greenville. The owner's name is Tony. Super nice. And I traded a EVH Relic Bumblebee. If you've watched this channel at all, you know what I'm talking about. I just couldn't bond with that guitar, but when I saw this hanging up in Tony's shop, I said, oh my God, I love this guitar. It's I just love that purple top. So let's get ready to change this baby out and see what it looks like then. All right, there we go. Doesn't that just look fantastic? I just love the top on this guitar. Man, beautiful guitar. Yeah, it felt a little heavy when I got it out of the case, but maybe I'll weigh it real quick and just to double check. Let's see what we got. All right, we got the scale here. Yeah, it's a little, I thought so. I thought it felt a little heavy. 8.46. Yeah. So it's got a little weight to it. He plays great, man. I love that guitar. Reminds me a lot of the Ernie Ball Music Man, Van Halen days when those things came out. I never could get one of the original ones, so this will have to do, and it does just fine. I also wanted to give a shout out to a viewer who was kind enough to send a letter with a nice little token of appreciation. I have this up here, as I don't want to show his address, but this came in the mail. I got it today, and I'm going to read you this letter here. He sent some pics. Look at that. Isn't that really nice, man? That is so cool. Look at these pics. That is so cool. He signed it. Herb signed it, man. That's really cool. That is so cool, man. Thank you, Herb. Herb of the Fireside Studio sent this very kind letter and or a note, I should say. He says, hey, Joe, here's a small token to say thanks for your content and friendship. It doesn't take long to figure out who the good guys are on YouTube, and you are certainly a good man. Oh, thanks, Herb. Thank you, Herb. That's really nice, man. Thank you very much. That's awesome. Thank you. Now that right there, you know, I don't expect anything from anybody. I don't ask anything from anybody either. But for Herb to just go out of his way and send a little note like that was very touching, man. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate it. I want to discuss something that I put out in a members only video a couple of days ago. And what that was about was a thing I had with Sweetwater's Gear Exchange, and it's nothing against Sweetwater at all. Sweetwater just has the platform that people use to put their gear for sale. I ran into an issue with a seller, and it was kind of to me, I don't know, to me it just felt kind of sketchy. I was wanting to purchase another Rodecaster Pro 2 because I'm wanting to be able to take equipment. I want to have a portable rig, so when I go to Ralph's house and we're going to jam, tearing down my original rig, like what I use here when I'm live, instead of going through all that, I can just have a rig on standby and just put it in the car and go. It just would take a lot less time. It'd be very convenient. So I was like, well, I need to get certain pedals and certain things to do that. And I know I showed this on the members only video, but I need to show it here so people that can understand where the story's coming from. Now here's some of the rig I have here in my room, and this board and this board work together if I'm using the Rockman. But this board goes with the Friedman IR-D, and this is what I use when I'm going live on the channel. But over here is the portable rig, or they call it a fly rig. I had to build this board and get some of the pedals that I have and make a kind of a duplicate copy so I can have my same tone, same sound, whatever you want to call it. And right here is a Friedman IR-D. That's the main deal right there, which is a fantastic unit. But if you go out, the chain starts with the EVH Y, and these go into the Friedman IR-D, and then out of this are your stereo pedals, delay, the Mimiq, and the Mr. Black double tracker. So I got those ready, and everything's set up and everything hooked up, everything works. And I was like, well, all I need now is the Rodecaster Pro 2, because that plays a pivotal part in everything linking up when you're recording to get a good overall excellent quality of sound. And that's where I kept hitting a speed bump. And I was like, man, what is going on? So finally got that stuff straightened out with the Sweetwater's Gear Exchange. So I looked for another Rodecaster Pro 2 on, here we go from one extreme to the other, Guitar Center. And we've talked about Guitar Center a lot on this channel. And I've always said, and I'm going to say it again, I'm not here to dog Guitar Center. I'm not here to tell you not to go there or to go there. Ralph and I, if you look at the guitar shop reviews in the playlist section of this channel, you'll see where we've visited quite a few Guitar Centers. Some were better than others, and the service, some was good at some places, some was not so good. That being aside, their online does pretty well. It's always worked well for me. Knock on wood. So I found a Rodecaster Pro 2. Ironically, it was for, I'll tell you what the seller at Sweetwater was asking. He was asking $450. And I was like, wow, that's a great deal. That's a great deal. So he had, of course, that whole experience would not go through. I found one at Guitar Center, and it was a little bit higher than that. I think it was right at $500. Of course, that's the used price. I looked them up new. I went to Sweetwater, and I want to say they're $699 new. And yeah, that's what I paid for mine when I got mine a couple of years ago. So they're still holding at the same price, which is, if my memory serves me correct, that's what it was. So I went ahead and pulled the trigger on the one at Guitar Center. I said, yeah, I've ordered from Guitar Center online before, not a problem. They're usually pretty quick about getting the stuff out to you. And so they're usually really fast about sending you an email too, letting you know that, hey, we received your order, and your item has been shipped. All right. Now, of course, you have the option to have it shipped to a store closest to you. You can have it shipped there and go pick it up, save the money on the shipping, or you can just have it shipped to your house. And that's what I always do. I don't want to make a trip to the store to go pick something up. I mean, I guess in some cases that could be good. If something's wrong with it, you can say, hey, something's wrong with it. And because Guitar Center's return policy is excellent. You know, I think we all know that. And if you don't know that, now you do. Their return policy is second to none. No questions asked, whatever. I think it's 45 days. It's 30 to 45 days, one of those. I don't know, but it's good. So I said, well, let me go ahead and get this one. I have my Guitar Center gear card I've had for quite a while now. And I didn't have nothing on it because I haven't used those cards in a while. I just don't. I usually set stuff up through PayPal, where you do like the 4 payments, pay later, I think is what they call it. You know, you pay so much when you get the item, and they take a payment out like every 2 weeks or every 3 weeks, something like that. So I went ahead and got this. I said, all right. So I got my gear card out, and I remembered that I had a Guitar Center gift card that my son got for me for Christmas. I said, oh, yeah, man, let me use that. And so I typed in the information, and it turned out it was for $50, which is great. I said, well, man, that'll cover the shipping and then 30 more bucks off the price. So after everything was said and done, I think I paid like $4 more than what it was with the Sweetwater's Gear Exchange situation. There was a $4 difference. I was paying $4 more with Guitar Center, and and I said, well, that'll work. So I went ahead and paid. Now, this was yesterday. Today is Tuesday. So I paid for this on my gear card yesterday. So, of course, after you make that first initial payment, they're going to send you an email right away. It's just, it's just the system saying, hey, thanks for your order. Your order is processing. And as of right now, it's been over 24 hours. I haven't received another email saying, hey, it's been shipped. And, it's still early in the game. You got to give them it says you got to give them at least 3 to 5 days to get their act together. Yeah, that's fine. But isn't that crazy, though, when you're waiting on that one thing, that final piece of the puzzle, so you can get your project going. You're waiting on that one thing. And it's like, oh, man, can't this just work, please? But that's just, I'm not the only one that happens to. It's just the way it goes, and it'll be fine, man. It'll be fine. So I'm looking forward to that, and when it gets here, I will, of course, hook it up. I will make sure that it has been cleared out. You can do a factory reset. That's what it's called. Do a factory reset on it. Make sure it's good, and I'll just look at my settings that I have currently on this one and just put them on the other. And plus, it's just good to have a backup. Because I've said before, if God forbid something were to happen to this unit, I'd get another one, because it plays a major role when you're streaming live. I mean, it's responsible for having great audio quality. If it wasn't for this, my level of quality wouldn't be where it is today. There's just no way. So if you're ever interested or curious about doing a podcast, and if you want to up your game as far as the quality goes, you need to look into one of these. Now, they have a smaller version. I forget what it's called. You can go for that. It's probably half the price. But that's up to you. I mean, it's out there. I'm just throwing it out there for you. But for me, this was the way to go, because you got your sound pads on here that you can put your songs, and it just works for me. And so yeah, that's the route I'm going. So once I learned how to operate this unit, from then on, I was like, oh my gosh, man. So Rode products are great. And it's kind of crazy, man. Speaking of Rode, and I'm not sponsored by anybody. I just do my own thing. My channel's not big enough for that, and I don't worry about sponsors. I don't not worried about that. I like to be able to do what I want to do on this channel and not have to be, under somebody's thumb, so to speak. I don't know. Maybe that's the wrong thing to say, but I remember it was, of course, last year sometime, and Rode had actually reached out to me about wanting to know if I wanted to check out some of their products on the channel. I was like, yeah. And at the time, I was just getting ready to look in for the wireless mic, Rode wireless mic. At the time, I had not got the microphone yet. So the guy sent me the email, and I said, I would love to do that. Can I request the wireless lapel mic to review on the channel? And the guy never answered me back. I was like, okay, whatever. So I just went ahead and bought my own, which wasn't bad. I think it was, they give you 2 mics, and they give you a carrying / charging case and the adapter to put in your phone. So you can, like, one's, the mic is the transmitter, and then the receiver plugs into your phone. And you use that Rode app, and you use the camera through that Rode app to record. It sounds great. It's awesome. So anyway, they had reached out to me sometime last year. And of course, I responded. They never responded back. I was like, okay, maybe I was a little over anxious or something. I don't know. Rode's a big company. And I thought, that's all right. Didn't work. So then I woke up today and it just said Rode. And it didn't even say, Dear Joe, or it just said, hi. Just want to know if you want to check out some of our products. Thanks. And it wasn't even nobody's name, or I was like, nah, man, that can't be for real, man. So I just deleted it, And then I get the next thing here is completely unrelated. I get a voicemail from some dude. He goes, yeah, I was just calling to follow up with you about the email I sent from whatever company. I just deleted that. And I said, man, get out of here with that stuff. So even though this channel, why did I tell you these stories? Even though this channel is small, it still attracts some of the craziest things. And some things have been good. But for the most part, it's a bunch of junk. I even had somebody reach out one time and want to know if I want to review some windshield wipers. So that just shows you that these companies or whoever, they're not looking at your channel. They're not looking at my channel. They're just scroll and say, okay, pick this one. And they don't even know. I said, do you even know what this channel is about? This is a guitar channel. This isn't an automobile channel, So that just comes with the territory. Of course, the bigger your channel gets, the more, I guess, nicer offers would come. Not that I'm looking for that. I know I just said I wasn't. I'm not. But it's just, I noticed that with big channels, it all depends, and yeah, I've done some reviews on a couple of things on this channel that actually were nice. And I was like, well, that's all right there. And it worked out for me, and it worked out for some viewers too that ordered the product. It was because if I were to review products on here, it's going to be something that I feel is good because I'm going to be using it myself. And it's not going to be something that, hey, check this out, and just to get a payday. I would never do that, man. That's why I'm not. All my stuff, man, 98% of the stuff I have is stuff that I bought with my money. And I tell y'all about it. Like the Friedman IR-D, the Double Tracker by Mr. Black, the Mimiq by TC Electronic. Those things are stuff I paid for out of my pocket. Man, it works fantastic. The Rodecaster Pro 2. I mean, none of these items were sent to me and, for a review basis or whatever. None of that. I paid for all that stuff. All this stuff here, I bought this stuff, man, over time. It didn't happen overnight. I don't have a lot of stuff, man. I don't. It's just the main thing I've been concentrating on for the past couple of years is my audio quality and trying to get everything to sound good on when I'm doing a live show. And to me, that's fun. Everybody has their interest. Everybody likes what they like. Everybody, you got to have a creative outlet somewhere. And if you put your heart into that,
you should get some pretty good results. I mean, you should. I love coming in here and jamming. I can't do it much as I want because of my job, but and to be able to use the Suno AI generator, like I've talked about before, to make songs, that to me is fantastic. It's so awesome. I think the latest song I did, I did it on this past live show. I don't know if it went over too well with people, but that's okay, man. It's not everything can be a home run. I had fun doing it. I was just, but maybe it's time to write some more music and try to alter it a little bit, make it a little different. I don't know. And sometimes I take a break from writing songs too, because you can get burnt out, man, writing, even though I love to do it. That song that I performed over the weekend on the live show, I wrote it like 3 weeks ago and got it put together, and it's just it doesn't seem to be resonating too well. So I said, well, okay, we'll probably shelf that one and get another one, and we'll try to write something else. But but still, I still enjoy it. It's still fun to do. And to me, the way I look at things, as long as I'm playing music, I'm being creative, it makes me feel good, and it makes me feel like that what I'm doing is, there's a purpose. It's not like I'm coming in here and just tuning a guitar and saying, well, all right, that's it, and hang it back on the wall. And no, I'll tune it, but I'm going to play it too. I got to, do something, make something. What I'm doing has to make sense to me. It has to make sense. I gotta jam. I gotta do something. Let's make some music. It's not about coming in here and working on scales or not, because I don't do that, because I suck at that. So I just worry about playing with cover songs, with backing tracks, and when I have time, I worry about writing my own stuff. And at the end of the day, that's what makes me happy. And it's I still feel like a teenager again when I put one of these on, and I think that's the magic. And that's, if you have that, it's going to keep you young at heart, and it makes me feel good. If I couldn't do this anymore, oh my God, I'd be like, what's the point in being here? That's how serious I take it. But anyway, don't want to get too deep in all this, but anyway, I just wanted to jump on here and show you the guitar, I guess, the guitar of the day. Is that fair to say? That Sterling AX40, I love that guitar, man. Like I said, when I saw it hanging in Tony's shop, I said, I gotta have it. You ever done that? You ever walk into a guitar shop and you see a guitar and it's automatically, you're like, I gotta have that. I gotta figure out a way to get it. And I've done that before to other places, and I hesitated. I was like, well, I'll come back next week. Come back, it's gone. And I said, man, you got another one? Nah, that was all we had. And I was like, God. And of course, it was used or whatever. So I didn't have the money to get one new. I was like, man. So when I saw that one, I said, now, to be fair, did I get it that day that I saw it? No. But I worked out a deal with Tony, and he was kind enough to work with me on that. So I got it. And I was like, yes, sir. And it's great, man. So I love playing music. I love playing guitar, and I know y'all do too. But that's going to do it for me on this video. Again, thank you to Herb from the Fireside Studio. Thank you very much, man, for that kind note and those pics. That was super nice. Thank you. I want to shout out to Herb. Thank you so much. And to everybody else, thank you for watching the channel. The subs, they do good, and then they just drop. And I guess that's just the algorithm. It doesn't matter. We're going to keep moving forward with the channel, and we're doing the best we can. I'm still getting over this mess, as you can probably hear. I'm on the downhill side of it now. And again, we're going to the Guitar Expo this Friday, Ralph and I. And Lonely Hound Guitar Company is hosting that event. I didn't know that till I kind of looked it up a couple of days ago. And I reached out to them to make sure that information was correct. They said yes, and ironically enough, they were wanting to reach out to me to see if we were coming out there, Ralph and I. And I was like, oh wow, I didn't know that. And they said, yeah, we'd love for you to be here. We look forward to seeing you. And they're I'll talk about this later afterwards, but they were really kind about what they're doing for us. So anyway, y'all, it's going to be Friday and Saturday, man. Y'all check it out. And if you're in the area, come check it out, man. It's guitars, man. Let's look at some guitars and see what's going on. It's like a kid in a candy store. We'll see you next time, y'all. Have a great day. God bless. Keep rocking. Bye-bye.